Exclusive. Snooker legend. John Virgo recalls teaming up with Jim Davidson on hit BBC game show Big Break, which ran for more than a decade. John Virgo had the perfect response when he was quizzed about working with Jim Davidson. Throwing together a Cockney conservative supporting comedian and, in Virgo's own words, a dour northern socialist shouldn't have worked in theory. But Davidson and Virgo combined to conjure up more than a decade of game show gold on Big Break. In the early days of the BBC show, Virgo often found himself asked about working with Davidson. But having spent so much time with snooker's biggest ever hellraiser, Alex Higgins, the former UK championship winner, was unfazed. "I always remember Jim had a bit of a reputation in the business for being hard work," recalls Virgo, who is commentating for the BBC at the World Championship. "A few people asked me, 'How are you getting on working with Jim Davidson?' I said, 'He doesn't bother me. I worked with Higgins for 20 years. I wasn't daunted by working with Jim. It's a funny thing about life. He's your crafty conservative comedian and I'm your dour northern socialist. How do you come up with that?' But obviously, the chemistry worked. Although Jim didn't know much about snooker, what a funny man and a very generous man to work with. We really got on well. Besides, when you're in those positions, the most important thing is that the show works. Winning the '79 UK championship was the highlight of mine," reflects Virgo, who was renowned for his "pot as many balls as you can" and "goodnight JV" catchphrases on Big Break. "I'd got to a few semi-finals, but you could see I was slightly on the wane. I'd miss balls that I would previously never miss. You go back to your seat and you're so frustrated. Then, in the cold light of day, you think, what am I going to do next?" I still had the commentary, and I still had exhibitions where I'd do impersonations of other players, which was very popular. Then, all of a sudden, I get this phone call. "Would you be interested in doing this TV show, a quiz show with snooker with this comedian, Jim Davidson?"